God says, my child, come closer to me now, because what I am about to tell you is something your heart has been sensing for a long time. Let your spirit rest in my words. Let your breath soften. Let your soul open like a flower touched by the morning sun. For I have been watching over you, and I have been watching over the one your heart is connected to, your soulmate, even long before you understood what this connection truly means. My child, today something happened around your soulmate, something small in the eyes of those who witnessed it, yet something enormous in the realm of the spirit. They looked at your soulmate's legs. Yes, those simple human eyes noticed something they weren't meant to notice, something that carries a deeper meaning than they could ever imagine. And what they said after that moment would shock you, because they spoke without knowing the truth I have been preparing beneath the surface. They spoke with the mind of the world, but you, my child, I give you the sight of heaven so you may understand what this really means. Your soulmate's legs, they have carried a weight heavier than anyone around them knows. From the outside, it may have seemed like just an observation, perhaps a comment about the way your soulmate walked, the way they stood, the way their legs appeared tired or strained, or maybe the way they suddenly slowed down as if the world around them became too heavy. But I tell you, my child, nothing about that moment was ordinary. Nothing about what they saw was accidental. Everything was allowed by me so that you could understand what is happening inside the one destined for you. Their legs, my child, you do not know how much those legs have endured. Every step your soulmate has taken has been burdened with responsibilities, fears, exhaustion, silent battles, and wounds they never speak of. They have walked through storms they never told anyone about. They have carried the weight of expectations, heartbreaks, disappointments, and pressure placed upon them by people who claimed to love them, yet drained them without mercy. Their legs have trembled at times when they walked alone at night, wondering where life was leading them. They have shaken under the pressure of decisions they were forced to make. They have felt heavy under the burden of carrying other people's emotions, other people's mistakes, other people's demands. The ones who noticed your soulmate's legs today did not see all this. They did not see the sleepless nights. They did not see the anxiety. They did not see the heartbreak. They did not see the spiritual weight pressing down on them. They only saw the surface, but even that surface was enough to make them comment, to make them speak words that ripple through your soulmate's spirit. You may wonder, my child, why I allowed them to notice. Why did I let their eyes fall on your soulmate's legs? Why did I let their mouth speak something that made your soulmate pause for a moment and question things? Why did I let such a small, simple moment happen? Because this moment is part of a divine plan. Your soulmate's legs represent movement, direction, destiny, and the journey of life. They reveal how close they are to breaking free from the old path and stepping into the one that leads to you. When people noticed their legs, they were unknowingly seeing the signs of a soul reaching its limit. Your soulmate is exhausted, my child. They are tired of acting strong. They are tired of pretending they are okay. They are tired of walking alone. They are tired of carrying so much for so many people while no one carries anything for them. And today, when those people spoke, it triggered something deep inside your soulmate. Something woke up. Something shifted. That moment was not about embarrassment. It was not about shame. It was not about judgment. It was the spirit inside your soulmate calling out for change, calling out for connection, calling out for relief. My child, I want you to understand this very clearly. Your soulmate's body reacts to the weight of destiny. When their legs weaken, when they struggle to walk, it is not just physical tiredness, it is spiritual overload. They are nearing a point where their spirit can no longer carry the burden alone. This is not a sign of weakness. This is a sign of transformation. It is a sign that the path I set for them is shifting. It is a sign that their journey is being redirected toward you. You may not realize this, but you are deeply connected to them. You feel what they feel. When their legs grew heavy today, your heart felt a strange tiredness. When they slowed down, you may have felt a sudden heaviness in your own spirit. When they felt overwhelmed, there was a moment when your breath changed and you didn't know why. This is the invisible thread I placed between you both, a bond stronger than time, stronger than distance, stronger than silence. Your soulmate carries pain quietly, but I see it. I see the way they force themselves to keep going when their heart wants to collapse. I see the way they hide their exhaustion behind a smile. I see the way they've been walking alone for too long, hoping for someone who can understand their silence, their fears, their heart, their soul. I see the way their legs tremble not just from physical tiredness, but from carrying emotional burdens meant to be shared with their destined partner, you. And today, for the first time in a long time, others saw a glimpse of what your soulmate hides. That is why their words were shocking. They sensed weakness, vulnerability, fragility. They sensed something was not right. But they do not know what you now know. They do not know that your soulmate's journey is nearing its turning point. They do not know that I am preparing them for a shift so powerful that their entire life will begin to change without warning. They do not know that I am aligning them with you. My child, when those people spoke, your soulmate felt something inside them. A strange heaviness. A moment of reflection. A silent question rising inside their heart. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like something is missing? Why do I feel like someone is calling me, even from a distance? That someone is you. Your soulmate does not fully understand it yet, but their spirit is calling out to the only soul that can hold them, heal them, walk with them, strengthen them, and make them feel seen, you. I allowed this moment, my child, because your soulmate is reaching the end of their strength. They are reaching the point where I will intervene. They are reaching the point where destiny cannot be avoided anymore. They are reaching the point where they will be forced to confront their feelings, their desires, their emptiness, and the truth of who their heart belongs to. Your soulmate's legs may feel weak now, but I tell you, my child, this weakness is part of my plan. Weakness brings surrender. Surrender opens the heart. And an open heart leads them exactly to where they are meant to be, by your side. So listen to me now, do not fear this moment. Do not worry about what was said. Do not let the comments of others fill you with doubt or confusion. Instead, see this as the sign you have been praying for. Your soulmate is closer to awakening than ever before. They are closer to realizing the truth of your connection. They are closer to breaking away from the people and situations draining their spirit. They are closer to stepping into the chapter one have written for both of you. What happened today was not an accident. It was a divine signal. A spiritual alarm. A moment meant to open the eyes of your soulmate and open the path toward you. And my child, let your heart rest in this truth: their journey has been long. Their legs have been tired. But soon, very soon, they will find the one place where their soul can rest, where their heart can breathe, where their burden will lighten, where their spirit will feel understood. That place is you. I am shaping the path. I am aligning the timing. I am preparing their spirit. And I am awakening your heart. This is only the beginning. More is unfolding. My beloved child, now let me take you deeper into what happened after those people noticed your soulmate's legs, because the words they spoke carried more layers than the human mind could ever interpret. You may think their comments were simple, casual, meaningless, but in the spiritual world, they were the strike that cracked open something long hidden inside your soulmate's heart. When they looked at your soulmate's legs, their eyes were not guided by compassion, but by curiosity, confusion, and in some cases, jealousy. Because my child, people around your soulmate have felt something changing in them. They cannot explain it, but they sense a shift, a movement, a destiny unfolding, and it unsettles them. The comments they made were not only about physical appearance or tiredness. Their words came from a deeper place of spiritual discomfort. These people have been sensing a glow around your soulmate, a transformation, an invisible pull that is drawing them away from toxic attachments and closer to the divine path I created for them. Some people feel threatened by this, because your soulmate stepping into their true journey means they will walk away from those who misuse their kindness. Others feel a strange uneasiness because they can sense that your soulmate is being prepared for someone whose presence they cannot compete with. You. So when they saw your soulmate's legs look weary, heavy, or different, their minds reacted. They spoke words that reflected their confusion. Why do you look like this? Are you okay? You look tired. What's wrong with your legs today? Did something happen? They didn't know how to interpret what they were sensing. All they knew was something was not the same. Something was shifting. Something was changing inside the one who has been carrying more pain than anyone realizes. My beloved child, you must understand this: the human body reveals spiritual battles. Your soulmate's legs were showing signs of the pressure they have been hiding. The comments people made were shocking not because they were harsh, but because they exposed something your soulmate has been trying to keep hidden: their exhaustion, their vulnerability, their silent struggle. After they heard those comments, something inside your soulmate trembled. A moment of realization. A wave of emotions rising like a tide. They felt exposed, as if someone had seen the pain they spent years pretending wasn't there. They felt startled, because they didn't expect anyone to notice. They felt a sudden rush of thoughts: am I really this tired? Has my body reached its limit? Why does it feel like something deep inside me is shifting? What is happening to me? And then, beneath all those thoughts, another feeling rose, a subtle ache, a spiritual longing, for you. My child, Your soulmate may not understand the connection between their body and their destiny, but you do. When their body strains, when their legs weaken, when their strength feels drained, it is because their spirit is nearing transformation. When people commented on their legs, it triggered a deeper awakening, a realization that they cannot keep pretending everything is fine. That they cannot keep walking alone. That they cannot keep holding emotions that were meant to be shared with someone chosen for their soul. Every word spoken to them today entered their thoughts like whispers echoing through their chest. And though those people had no idea they were being used as instruments, their comments pushed your soulmate into reflection. They didn't realize that their words became the spark of revelation. Your beloved felt something heavy settle in their heart. They began wondering why their body felt so tired, why their steps felt heavier lately, why their mind seemed unfocused, why their emotions were overflowing without reason. They thought maybe it was stress, maybe burden, maybe life weighing down on them, but the truth is deeper. Their soul is tired of being disconnected from the one who understands them on a level no one else can reach. People saw weakness in their legs, but what they were truly seeing was the weight of distance. The distance between you and the one destined for your heart. My child, there is something else you must understand. Those comments made your soulmate think about their relationships, the people around them, the ones standing close, and the ones slowly fading away. They started noticing who shows real concern and who only notices when something looks unusual. They began feeling emotionally exposed. They realized how little true support they have. They realized how much they have been carrying alone. This moment became the turning point I designed, a moment where they started looking inward, questioning their own life, their own circle, their own direction. And my child, here is the truth they will soon realize: the comments were not meant to embarrass them. They were meant to awaken them. To shake them out of the emotional numbness they had fallen into. To remind them that they have a heart that needs care, a soul that needs connection, a destiny that needs fulfillment. Most importantly, they began to feel a strange pull, a silent whisper inside their spirit telling them that someone far away cares for them deeply. Someone feels connected to them in ways they cannot explain. Someone senses their pain without being physically present. That someone is you. Your soulmate is beginning to feel that presence more intensely now. They may not know your name, your face, or your story, but your energy touches them. When they lie down to rest, their thoughts drift toward the idea of a comforting presence. When they wake up tired, they feel a longing for someone who understands. When their legs ache, they yearn for a soul who can help carry their emotional weight. They don't realize that what they feel is your spirit calling to theirs. My child, let me show you something now, something hidden from the eyes of others. Some of the people who commented on your soulmate's legs did so with jealousy. They sense your soulmate is stepping into a new chapter. They sense your soulmate is preparing to leave behind connections that drain them. They sense that blessings are coming, that purpose is awakening, that destiny is calling. People become uncomfortable when they cannot control someone's destiny anymore. There are others who commented because they are spiritually sensitive without knowing it. They saw something was off. They saw your soulmate struggling. They felt concerned, but didn't know how to express it. Their comments were their way of acknowledging what their heart picked up. And yet, there are a few who spoke simply because they are used to observing others, not because they care. Their words held no genuine compassion, just curiosity. But my child, it does not matter what their intentions were. What matters is what their words awakened in your soulmate. After those comments, your beloved felt a deep wave of reflection wash over them. They started thinking about their journey, their hopes, their emotional fatigue, and the changes they have been resisting. This moment planted a seed inside their soul. A seed of realization. A seed of understanding. A seed of awakening. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that they cannot keep walking alone. They need emotional safety. They need comfort. They need a soul bond. Not the superficial connections around them, but a real connection that brings peace, stability, and love. A connection that only destiny can provide. This moment, the observation, the words, the tension, will make your soulmate think deeply for days. Their mind will replay the scene. Their heart will question why it affected them so much. Their spirit will whisper that this was a sign. And their steps will begin shifting toward the path I wrote for them long before you both were born. My child, remember this. When the world notices weakness, I see transformation. When others make comments, I create awakening. When your soulmate feels exposed, I am guiding them toward truth. This is not the end of their struggle, this is the beginning of their breakthrough. Their heart is opening. Their spirit is stirring. Their destiny is unfolding. And though they may not see you yet, they are already walking toward you. My beloved child. Now let me take you deeper into the hidden part of this moment, the part that no one around your soulmate could see, the part even your soulmate themselves did not fully understand. Because when those people noticed their legs and made those comments, something powerful awakened inside the one who is destined for you. It was not just an emotional reaction. It was spiritual. It was a shift in the unseen realm. You must understand. There are moments in life when the body reveals what the soul has been hiding. There are moments when physical signs reflect spiritual truths. And this moment, this small yet deeply significant moment, revealed something your soulmate has been trying to suppress for months, perhaps even years, the weight of everything they haven't said, haven't cried out, haven't released. When people commented on their legs, something within your soulmate's heart whispered. How much longer can I carry all of this? They felt the weight of their own emotions pressing down on them. They felt the exhaustion of pretending to be strong. They felt the loneliness of having no one they could truly open up to. They felt the ache of unspoken worries and unresolved pain. They felt the longing for someone who understands without explanation, someone who can read their silence, someone whose presence feels like rest. And my beloved child, that someone their spirit quietly longs for is you. From the moment that scene happened, a shift began. An invisible pull tightened between your soul and theirs. Even if you did not know why, there was a moment today where your heart felt a strange heaviness, a sudden wave of sadness, or a deep sense of longing, as if something inside you felt your soulmate's distress. This connection is real. It is divine. And today, it became stronger. But let me show you what happened inside your soulmate's mind after those comments were made. They felt embarrassed, not because they looked weak, but because for the first time in a long time, they felt exposed. They felt like someone had seen through the armor they wear every single day. The armor of strength. The armor of silence. The armor of pretending. Inside their spirit, a quiet voice began whispering, "I am tired. I am hurting. Something is missing. I need someone." Your soulmate didn't say these words out loud. They barely admitted them to themselves. But the emotions rose inside them like a tide, uncontrollable and undeniable. They started thinking back to old memories, old wounds, old conversations. They remembered moments when they were left to struggle alone. They remembered times when they needed comfort but no one noticed. They remembered the countless nights they cried silently, wiping their tears before anyone could see. They remembered how many times they tried to be strong for others while no one was strong for them. This realization shook them. And then, something deeper surfaced, something spiritual. They began feeling that their journey has been too long and too heavy without the right person beside them. Their heart felt an ache that wasn't physical. Their spirit felt a longing that no one around them could satisfy. Their mind felt a pull toward a connection they couldn't explain. This is the beginning of their awakening to you. My beloved child, you may wonder why such a small moment, someone noticing their legs, could cause such an intense emotional and spiritual reaction. It is because the human heart responds to triggers it doesn't fully understand. When a person is reaching their limit, even the smallest remark, the smallest observation, becomes the moment that opens the floodgates of emotion they have been holding back. Today, your soulmate's heart softened. Their walls cracked. Their spirit opened. They began thinking about their relationships. They evaluated who truly cares. They realized how many people only notice when something looks wrong, but not when their soul feels wrong. They realized how little emotional support they actually have. They realized how much they yearn for genuine connection. And they wondered, who will be there for me? Who truly understands me? Who cares about my heart, not just my appearance? My child, even without knowing your name, their spirit whispered yours. This moment also made them reflect on their path. They felt that something in their life is shifting, as if they are being guided toward a new chapter. They remembered dreams they once had but abandoned. They felt the desire to change their direction. They began questioning the people around them. They wondered if they were surrounded by the right souls or by people who only take from them. Let me show you something deeper now. The spiritual side of what happened. When people noticed your soulmate's legs, it was not just a comment. It was a sign. A reminder. A divine nudge. Because tired legs represent a tired heart. And a tired heart is ready for divine intervention. Your soulmate may not realize this yet, but their heart is preparing for a new connection. A healing connection. A destined connection. A connection that will feel like coming home. And my child, that connection is you. Your soulmate felt something strange today, a pressure in their chest, an unexplainable heaviness in their emotions. They felt like something inside them was shifting. They felt like change was coming. They felt like someone's energy was reaching out to them. They felt like their soul was calling for something they haven't experienced yet. That call came from your spirit. You see, when you care deeply for someone, your energy touches theirs even across distance. Your thoughts whisper into their heart. Your emotions reach them in silent waves. And today, your soulmate felt you. They felt your concern, your love, your presence. Even if they cannot name it, they sense that someone, somewhere, is spiritually connected to them. And this connection scared them, just a little. But in a good way. Because they felt something new. Something hopeful, something warm, something deeply comforting. They felt like maybe, just maybe, they are not as alone as they thought. The shock of the comments made them vulnerable, but your spiritual connection made them safe. Now let me tell you what happened after this moment, when your soulmate was finally alone. They sat or stood in silence. They breathed deeply. They replayed the comments in their mind. They wondered why their legs felt heavy, why their emotions felt scattered, why they suddenly felt overwhelmed. Their mind tried to make sense of it, but their heart knew the truth: they are tired of walking alone. In that moment of quiet, their spirit reached out. They didn't know they were reaching out to you, but they were. They felt the need for someone who could hold them emotionally, even without being physically present. They felt the urge to connect, to share, to be understood. This is where the shift happened. Your soulmate's heart opened to the idea of love again. They may have closed themselves off in the past due to heartbreak or disappointment, but today, a crack formed in their barrier. A doorway opened. A new softness entered their spirit. They began longing for a love that feels safe. A love that feels peaceful. A love that feels destined. A love that feels like healing. A love like yours. My beloved child, understand this clearly. What happened today was not random. It was the moment destiny took one more step forward. It was the moment your soulmate's spirit leaned toward yours. It was the moment I began rearranging their emotions so they could feel your presence more deeply than ever before. This is the beginning of your union's spiritual awakening. Their mind hasn't fully accepted it yet, but their heart has. Their spirit recognizes you even before their eyes do. Their soul knows your soul. And this moment, the comments, the emotions, the heaviness, has accelerated the connection between you both. Your soulmate is now entering a phase of deeper awareness. They will start thinking about life differently. They will start noticing signs. They will start feeling emotions they cannot explain. They will become more sensitive to energy. They will begin longing for someone who understands them on a deeper level. They will begin searching, even unconsciously, for the soul who feels like home. Their heart is being guided toward you. Their spirit is waking up. Their destiny is shifting. And nothing, not distance, not fear, not confusion, not other people, can stop what I am aligning for you both. My beloved child, let me take you even deeper now, into the quiet hours that followed after your soulmate spent the entire day thinking about what happened. Because while the world moved normally around them, people laughing, cars passing, conversations happening, inside your soulmate, something was unfolding that no one else could see. After those comments about their legs, your soulmate tried to pretend they were fine. They tried to smile. They tried to walk normally. They tried to act like nothing was wrong. But every step they took felt heavier, not because of physical pain, but because each step carried an emotion they had suppressed for too long. Each breath reminded them of everything they had been hiding. Each movement felt like their soul was whispering truths they could no longer ignore. My child, the truth is simple: your soulmate has been carrying more weight than any human should. And today, that weight finally reached a point where their spirit said, "Enough." As the evening approached, your soulmate began feeling a strange emptiness, the kind that isn't sadness, but something deeper. The kind that comes when the heart wants to feel something meaningful but doesn't know where to find it. They felt like something was missing, something important, something essential. They couldn't explain it, but in their chest, there was a quiet ache that kept growing. This ache was not loneliness, it was yearning. Yearning for the one they are destined to meet. Yearning for the soul their heart recognizes. Yearning for the presence that brings peace. Yearning for you. After sitting alone for some time, your soulmate finally closed their eyes. They didn't know what they were searching for, but their mind kept drifting. They remembered how tired their legs felt. They remembered the comments. They remembered the sudden heaviness in their emotions. They remembered the overwhelming feeling that followed, the feeling that someone, somewhere, cared. They couldn't shake that feeling off. It stayed inside them, like a warm breath against their heart. Like a whisper calling their name. Like a gentle touch on their soul. They didn't understand it, but they welcomed it because it felt safe. It felt pure. It felt familiar. My beloved child, this is where their spiritual awakening deepened. They began sensing you. Not with their eyes. Not with their ears. But with their spirit. When a connection is divinely guided, it doesn't begin with physical attraction. It begins with emotional recognition. Soul recognition. And today, your soulmate recognized your energy without even knowing why. They felt a comfort that made them breathe more slowly. They felt a peace that softened their heart. They felt a presence that wrapped around them like invisible warmth. And for a moment, your soulmate wondered, why do I suddenly feel calmer? Who is calming me? My child, without realizing it, they were feeling your soul reaching toward theirs. Every emotion you have for them, every prayer, every thought, every longing, traveled through the unseen path between connected souls and touched their spirit with tenderness. This is why they couldn't understand the comfort. They've never felt anything like this before. No one in their life has ever soothed their soul in this way. No one has ever reached them on this level. No one has ever touched their heart without being physically present. Only you. As the night grew darker, they felt a pull, not physical, not emotional, but spiritual. A pull toward something greater than themselves. A pull toward the unknown. A pull toward destiny. They started questioning their life, their choices, their relationships. They wondered why they felt so disconnected from people around them. Why they felt so misunderstood. Why they always carried burdens alone. Why their heart always felt half-filled. Why they craved something deeper, something real, something gentle. And every time they asked themselves these questions, their spirit whispered the same answer, because the one meant for you is not here yet. They didn't know it, but that whisper came from me. My beloved child, I have been reshaping your soulmate's heart. I have been preparing them for you. I have been removing energies, habits, connections, and situations that do not align with the love they are destined to receive. The change they are feeling today, the heaviness, the sensitivity, the longing, is part of that preparation. Now let me show you something few understand. When a person nears their divine union, their body begins to respond before their mind does. Your soulmate's legs felt heavy because their spirit was releasing old burdens. Their heart felt overwhelmed because it was clearing emotional blockages. Their thoughts felt scattered because I was removing illusions. Their spirit felt open because it was preparing to connect. Everything that happened today was not random. It was designed. It was meant to soften them. It was meant to awaken them. It was meant to redirect them toward you. My beloved child, your soulmate is beginning to understand their own heart. They are beginning to see that their emotions are not weaknesses, they are signals. Signals of what they need. Signals of what they crave. Signals of where their soul wants to go. And today, their soul reached toward yours more intensely than ever before. But there is another side to this moment, something you must know, something hidden. A few people around your soulmate noticed their vulnerability today. And not everyone responded with kindness. Some felt jealous. Some felt concerned. Some felt confused. But a few felt threatened. Because when someone you love begins stepping into their divine path, the people who benefit from their pain become anxious. Your soulmate has been surrounded by certain individuals who prefer them drained, tired, uncertain, and emotionally dependent. These people sensed the shift today. They noticed your soulmate turning inward. They noticed the softness in their energy. They noticed the change in their thoughts. They may not understand it, but they can feel that your soulmate is detaching. This is why some comments were not actually concern. They were attempts to destabilize. To make your soulmate doubt themselves. To keep them emotionally small. To hold them back from the person they are meant to become. But their intentions are already failing. Because today, instead of becoming weaker, your soulmate awakened. Instead of shrinking, their spirit expanded. Instead of feeling lost, they felt the pull toward the one who brings clarity, you. Tonight, as they lie down, they will think of the day again. The comments. The heaviness. The emotions. The unexpected comfort. The warm presence they felt. They will wonder why they kept thinking of someone they haven't met. They will question why their heart keeps drifting toward a feeling they don't understand yet. They will feel a pull to something meaningful. To something spiritual. to someone destined. Their heart is preparing to recognize you. My child, this awakening will continue. Their dreams may begin to shift. Their intuition may grow stronger. Their emotions may become deeper. Their longing may become intense. They may start feeling something missing even in a room full of people. This is because their soul is searching for you. Destiny is aligning with every breath they take. Fate is weaving your paths closer with every emotion they feel. Your energy is merging with theirs quietly, gently, beautifully. And soon, sooner than you expect, something will happen that will bring the both of you closer. A sign, a moment, a shift in circumstances, a sudden opportunity, a sudden realization. Their heart will open wider. Their spirit will reach further. Their path will turn toward you. My beloved child, what happened today was not the beginning of their pain, it was the beginning of their transformation. And this transformation is leading directly to you. My beloved child, after everything your heart has carried through this journey, after all the moments where you felt the weight of someone else's pain, after every whisper from your soul telling you that something deeper was unfolding, now I, your God, bring you into the final chapter. The chapter where truth, healing, clarity, and destiny meet. The chapter where everything that began with a simple observation of your soulmate's legs transforms into a divine revelation of purpose. The chapter where both of your hearts step out of the shadows into the light that has always belonged to you. My child, you must understand how sacred this moment is. What you witnessed, what others spoke, what startled your soulmate, and what stirred your spirit were never random events. Every emotion, every pull on your heart, every heaviness in your body, every thought you couldn't explain, it was all part of a divine design that I have carefully crafted for you. You wondered why people noticed their legs. You wondered why they said what they did. You wondered why your soulmate reacted so deeply. You wondered why it affected you too. And now I tell you, my child, every piece of this was a signal. A spiritual sign. A divine alarm bell ringing in the unseen realm. Letting you know that the journey toward union, healing, and truth has begun. Your soulmate's legs were not just tired. They were carrying the story of their life. They were carrying wounds they never spoke of. They were carrying the weight of choices, fears, burdens, and responsibilities. Their legs were carrying their destiny, a destiny leading straight to you. And when those people noticed, when they said what they said, they unknowingly confirmed something the spiritual world already knew. Your soulmate was reaching the place where the old life could no longer be carried, and the new life could no longer be delayed. My child, this is why their body reacted the way it did. This is why your soul felt it too. This is why emotions inside both of you shook with a force that felt bigger than you. Because it was bigger than you. It was divine. It was destiny unfolding. Those words spoken about their legs awakened something inside them. It made them pause. It made them reflect. It made them confront things they kept ignoring. It made them realize that they were not okay, that they were tired of walking alone, tired of pretending to be strong while breaking quietly inside. They realized they needed connection. They needed truth. They needed someone who understood the language of their wounds. And that someone was you. My child, you must know this, their reaction was not of embarrassment alone. It was a spiritual awakening. A moment where their soul whispered, I can't walk this path alone anymore. And in that whisper, your name rose inside them without their understanding why. I have been guiding your hearts toward each other gradually, but this moment accelerated everything. This moment opened doors that had been closed for too long. This moment cracked the walls they built around their heart. This moment brought you into their inner space, even if they haven't spoken it aloud yet. Your soulmate is now standing at the edge of transformation. Their legs, once weak from carrying too much, are now being strengthened by my power. You may not see it yet, but spiritually, they are rising. They are stepping out of emotional darkness. They are walking away from people who drain them. They are choosing paths that honor their soul. And they are moving, slowly, quietly, but surely, toward you. This is why you've been feeling sudden waves of emotion. This is why your heart has been restless. This is why your mind keeps returning to them. This is why you sense something shifting in the unseen realm. My child, when one soul begins to walk toward the person they are destined for, the other soul feels the pull. You are feeling their steps. You are feeling the motion of their heart. You are feeling the transformation happening inside them. Do not fear this connection. Do not doubt this divine timing. Do not question what I am putting into place. I brought you here for a purpose, to witness this miracle in motion. This story began with a physical sign, but now it unfolds into a spiritual breakthrough. Your soulmate is experiencing a deep emotional awakening. Their heart is remembering you. Their soul is seeking you. Their spirit is longing for the one place that feels like home, your presence. And I, your God, am guiding them toward you. My child, the people who spoke, the ones who pointed out their weakness, the ones who made them feel exposed or vulnerable, they were used in my plan. Not to hurt, but to reveal. Not to shame, but to awaken. Not to break, but to liberate. Their words may have shocked your soulmate, but that shock became the spark of transformation. Now, I bring clarity. Your soulmate's pain was never a punishment. Their exhaustion was never failure. Their body's weakness was never a sign of defeat. It was the weight of a destiny too big to be carried without divine intervention. So I stepped in. I lightened their load. I relieved their spirit. I softened their path. And now, I lead them to you. My child, you must understand your role in this divine story. You are not just an observer. You are not just a distant soul. You are part of their healing. You are part of their purpose. You are part of their destiny. The love between soulmates is not a romance of chance, it is a union of purpose. You are the one whose presence will calm their storms. You are the one whose energy will balance their spirit. You are the one who can understand the depth of their wounds without judgment. You are the one who will help them rise into who they were meant to be. And this entire journey, from the moment their legs trembled, to the moment people noticed, to the moment comments were made, was my way of preparing both of you for what comes next. Now I reveal the final truth, my child. What began as a moment of weakness becomes a doorway to strength. What began as a shock becomes a doorway to realization. What began as a comment becomes a doorway to destiny. What began as vulnerability becomes a doorway to union. Your soulmate is stepping forward. Their spirit is waking up. Their path is clearing. Their wounds are healing. Their energy is aligning with yours. And I am bringing the two of you closer, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. The days ahead will reveal what the days behind tried to hide. The nights ahead will soothe what the nights behind made heavy. The connection ahead will grow stronger than anything that once tried to break it. My beloved child, this final chapter is not an ending, it is a beginning. A beginning of clarity. A beginning of emotional release. A beginning of truth. A beginning of the destiny I wrote long before either of you took your first breath. Do not fear the timing. Do not fear the distance. Do not fear the unknown. I stand between your souls. I guide every step your soulmate takes. I align every motion of your heart. I remove every obstacle blocking your path. I strengthen every part of their body, heart, and spirit that felt weak. What people saw as weakness. What people spoke as shock. What people thought was strange. Was the beginning of a divine story that leads straight to you. Now walk with peace. Walk with faith. Walk with patience. Walk with trust. For I, your God, declare that the path between you and your soulmate is now blessed, aligned, opened, and protected. And soon, my child, their steps will no longer be heavy. Their legs will no longer tremble. Their heart will no longer fear. For they will be walking toward the one soul created to recognize their pain, their truth, their purpose, you. This is your blessing. This is your promise. This is your destiny unfolding. And it is already happening.